Congratulations, Lotus, for being the first character to appear in the thumbnail of the episode she shares a number with. Hello, everybody, this is Chichihiro, and welcome back to a new episode of my first playthrough of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. In the last episode, we decided to go with Lotus and Clover into this is door number 8, I believe, and we found this kind of laboratory. However, Clover was kind of upset that her brother has disappeared, and we think he might be ahead of us. I don't really think so, but she was upset and she wandered off on her own and she got trapped in this sort of like laboratory facility. So now I suppose it's up to us to work together and get her out of there. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay. So here we have a window made of really thick glass. I think we examined this in the previous episode, but it never hurts to do it again. Doesn't matter what I hit it with, it might as well be made of steel. Okay, what are the railings? Silver handrail. Nothing? Okay. The bars themselves. Junpei, do something, please. Okay. Quick, figure out how I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. Any more dialogue? Okay. I believe we're gonna have to cooperate. There's something on her end that she's gonna have to do. Oh, we'll see. Let's investigate. Okay, from here it seems like we can look into the room properly. So let's see. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it is all black. There's a pen line over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only use the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Do you need alcohol? Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. Okay, same thing. Part of the table's been colored over in black with a permanent marker. If I could find something that could get rid of that ink, I could hand it over to Clover through the bars. It's a rack. There's a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff of the cables. I can see the wires inside. Okay, cables without the rubber insulation or the plastic sink. I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink. Okay. I think the stains are monitored for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. Power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. What about the dummy? Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. This. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And this is the control for that? Sorry, and is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. Turn the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. Okay. I guess this drains for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here. Okay. Those are the stairs I just came down. The bars and the gate are just above me. Okay. Anything else we can interact with? Doesn't look like. Okay, so let's try to find some. I believe alcohol's what's gonna do it. Silver handrail. Nothing else. Okay. What about here? This looks like the control for an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display. That means it's locked. We can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. Oh, so this is another door that leads to that room. Interesting. Hey, Clover, there's a door over here too. Wait, I'll be right there. I can hear her over there. Is this door gonna... Damn it, I can't open it. Clover, what about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. Yeah. This one has a matching mechanism. This looks like the control for some kind of electric lock. The red light is on, then it's gotta be locked. There's a green light just below it. although that one isn't lit. I bet it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right? Yes, but how are we going to unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in a password. That's true. Like, what's the mechanism here? I have no idea. Looks like this door is the exit. The door on the right just goes to the laboratory. Nope, this door isn't going anywhere. No dice. It won't open. I mean, that's about as much as I expected. I don't think Zero will let us out of the room quite that easily. Yeah, there's gonna be more stuff we have to solve before we do that. Alright, let's see over here. There are 2 levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nope, doesn't look like anything's happened. Okay, none of these 2 levers, huh? What about the clock? Hands on the clock have stopped moving. Have they now? The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. I need to figure out a way out of here. This is gonna be significant in some way. It's like a little bit past 25 past 12. But this is not the time that's right now. Is it? Or did it stop when we came here? I think, how many hours passed since the game started? Was it 3 when we got through the first doors, and then 1 more hour that we spent looking for Snake? No, we spent 1 hour looking for some of the inside mechanisms to maybe activate the reds, and then we went looking for Snake. So have we spent like 5 hours already? I don't remember. We'll see. I wonder what this cable is connected to. Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Okay, good to know. If we can get it to activate. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't know how we could use any of this. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power cable. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. Okay. A 3-pronged power cable. Love the texture on this thing. This is like 2 polygons. Let's see. This is definitely a power cable. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? Yeah. This thing? The only thing about the room that's changed is the lever is now down. Not very impressive. Well, there's also the device. Excuse me. Inside the laboratory itself. Let's see. This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. Yeah, which we don't have. I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Stand for various pieces of equipment. Some of them might be useful. Yeah, we took the cable. Same thing here. And there are thick cables covering the walls and ceiling. It's a clock, the hands have stopped, so we don't know what time it actually is. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see here. Let's look at the obvious things first. Aha! Ethanol. This might do it. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Sorry, guys. These words are complicated. Anhydrous. Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. Can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Yep. That's what I wanted to see. Clover, we have something for you. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. She's not happy. Kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. I mean, I would use it. I would use my clothes. I would use anything. Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Use, huh? So get it ethanol, then use it to wash out all the stuff from the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Okay, so in the meantime, let's keep looking at those lockers. Well, I guess that's all there is. What about this? These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. Nope, nothing. This one seemed to be locked. Whole bunch of steel lockers. 9 on the right have all little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Look tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. Probably. And if I had to guess, maybe the mechanism has to do with the one on the door. Let's see, they're cardboard boxes. There's some papers and stuff in them. What's in the boxes? They look quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Okay, this? No. The computer? This is the computer. Power isn't on. Well, there's a power button. This is a waste of time. What? I don't see a power cable. Oops, yeah, you're right, no power cable. This thing isn't even connected to a main computer though. It's just a monitor. It's got a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but that's it. Sticking the power cable in isn't gonna do anything. Oh, I don't know about that. Junpei, can we get back to what we were talking about, please? This computer doesn't have a power cable. No, it sure doesn't. And? Don't say and, it's rude. Have you already forgotten what you just picked up? Yeah, what I just picked up. Come on. This is the computer, it doesn't have any power right now, so if it doesn't work in the power cable, huh? Item? Power cable. Maybe I can plug it into something. Yeah. How do I do that? This monitor doesn't have a power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. Alright. What's that called? Is it a transformer or just an adapter? An adapter, yeah, that's right. A transformer. The mouse. The keyboard. Got the power cable? Yeah, 2-prong front. Let's keep looking, shall we? Clover, how's it going? Anyway, could you wipe out that permanent egg? Look, Clover, right now at this moment you're the only person we can depend on. I'm trusting you with this. You trust me. I feel kind of special. Okay. Soak the clothing in ethanol and... Junpei, it's working. It's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid. Yes, tell me. I can see it from here. Clover, you got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay, Roger. Let's go to the bars. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it. Quiet. New material has been added to the file screen. Wow, it's been a minute since we've had to use that. Let's see. No. Menu. Well, can use the keys, I guess. File. Digital root. Clover's note. The note Clover copied from the stand in the laboratory. It has 4 numbers written in 9 separate cells. Okay. Off. Hint. Wait. Let's not press that right now. This looks like the grid. Maybe the lockers. There's 9 of them. Is this some sort of order? I'm gonna write this down. What about hint? I don't know if I should press it. Oh, that's just the text. Okay. All right. I don't think I have to review any of this. Let's see. Control device. There's no way to input the password though. We want to open this door, but we need to do something somewhere else. Good. The control device for the electronic door. Look, the red light is on. Yeah, locked up. Clover can't open the door from her side either. All right, let's think about ways we could open this door. Like what? Yeah. Can we look at this? No. Okay. I bet that keyhole, power distribution. What I was gonna say, I bet the grid has something to do with the lockers. This seems like a sort of order that we have to do something in. Right. Let's see. Whole bunch of lockers. Locked. Well, I guess that's all there is. Full of vertical lockers. There isn't anything useful in them. And this doesn't work without a two-pronged plug. Okay. So, I hope those numbers are gonna be helpful. Okay. Let's look again inside. Okay, Clover, there's a door in the back, isn't there? Wait, right here. Sorry, wait right there. I'll take a look. Oh no, it's locked. I can't get it to move. Okay, we're trying. What about the vent? No, I can't click on it. Right, let's go back to the overview. This is the grid. Got the scribblings from the table already. Something's sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans, probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. It's a rack. There are some cables on top with copper wire exposed. Hey Clover, how are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Because she does have to kind of crouch down to get a look under there. The cable on the monitor has it's got 2 of those little metal things. Yes, give me that. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn it, that's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector? It's the sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3 metal thingies into a plug with 2 metal thingies. Yes, that's perfect. Still useless? No, not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay, can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright, unplugged. I'll hand it to you over at the bars, okay? Good. Is there anything unusual on the machine? Well, I don't know, you know. There are a bunch of cords hanging from the bottom of it. Geez, this is a lot of cords. Looks like they all go over here into the mannequin's head. So the device and the mannequin are connected. What the hell were they doing in there? Oh man, but when this laboratory was active, that wasn't a mannequin in there, I bet. It was a real live human on that table. I wonder what... No, I don't want to think about that. Yeah. Though I wonder why the mannequin has been placed there. Just for atmosphere? Here you go. Two-pronged plug. Nice. Alright. Shall we combine them on the screen? Let's see. This is the two-pronged plug that we can use to convert the power cable from a three-pronged cable into a two-pronged one. Let's see. Okay. Put the two-pronged plug onto the head of this power cable. There we go. That looks great. It fits perfectly. This should be just what we need. Now let's go to the monitor. Alright, I got the two-pronged power cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic.
Oh, that worked.
Okay.
What?
Updating RSF file. Make BC 27.3 sec. Start.
Huh? It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
Maybe it's connected to a computer we can't see here. Like, I don't know if the plugs or the cords go behind the wall or something.
What?
I don't know.
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right?
Not the main computer, maybe, but maybe another
There's just
computer.
this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
Or could be something like that.
A wireless display?
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
I mean, that didn't occur to me either, so oops.
Is that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
What did you do?
Oh.
Oh, it stopped.
I don't know why. From her clothes, well, Junpei assumed she was some kind of dancer. I was kind of thinking maybe something like a medium or something like that. Seems very mystical. Like the things on her hair kind of reminded me of the Magatamas from Ace Attorney. So I don't know. Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Pass.
Looks like we need to
Password?
enter a password.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Again, there must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go
Yeah.
take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
Okay.
Lotus?
All right. Let's kick some ass.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to point out the obvious, but those things are sure prominent on this illustration. I don't know if that's how gravity works necessarily, but okay.
Wait, what?
Well,
Didn't
she's
expect that, did you?
going at it.
Of course I didn't! You're typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers.
So looks like she worked in the IT field.
What
huh?
kind of job do you have? What are you?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I
Okay.
used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Interesting.
Why?
Huh? Oh, it was just something.
Okay. Not at all
I
mysterious.
see.
Hmm.
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Okay.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version? A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the
Okay.
most elegant solution, certainly.
I guess we can have that running on the background while we still look around.
But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right? So you enter 1 + 1. The screen will show you 2.
Yeah.
See? Isn't that strange?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 + 1?
The computer did.
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating.
Yeah, but no, that's not it.
And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear.
I think I kind of get what she's getting at. She's saying that maybe we're looking at the wrong place. Let's see where she's going with it.
Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Yeah, it sounds like she's trying to say there's something that we're not looking at, something we're missing behind all that we see. Maybe.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Yeah.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really.
I think that's my reading. That's my personal reading of this kind of tangent she went on. I think she's definitely the kind of person in this situation. She's thinking ahead. She's been thinking ahead since the game started, it seems like. She was the one who brought up, okay, what happens when we get to the door number 9? Only 5 people maximum can go through.
It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Okay, that's a bit different than I was thinking, but kind of fits the theme of this laboratory. Is the device investigating if a human being can be run as a computer?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain.
That's our current understanding of biology, yes.
See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor.
An output device for something else, like a soul, like spirit?
Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it.
This is an interesting conversation.
Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
This kind of feels similar to some philosophical theories about our perception of the world, about how you can't know what the world is like, what the real world is like. You can only perceive your own perception of it. I think it was definitely Plato who argued the myth of the cavern, where what happens if someone is brought up believing that the illusions that they see represent the real concepts that they see. But once they leave that cave, they realize that all that they had been seeing all their life were just shadows, imperfect representations of reality. And Plato argued with that example in order to say reality is the same. We can only know the world from our own perceptions, which are imperfect. So this is, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of that in the sense of it's kind of tying the topic of perception and reality and how we understand it from our limited knowledge, like the cavemen looking at the monitor or ourselves looking at brains and not understanding that there's a hidden connection. This is definitely a topic of conversation. Let's see.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oh, wait. She knows about that?
If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all.
Hold on. I forgot if he brought this up in front of the group. I definitely remember he did when we went through door number 5, but I don't remember if he talked about this with anyone else. So, if his real memories are stored in a main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all.
He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Okay.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight, too. Perhaps they actually can't speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
That's face blindness. That's the inability to recognize people's faces and facial features.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to explain it.
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
No. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't
Yeah.
distinguish between human faces.
Yeah, I knew
In
that.
other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours.
I don't know to what extent. Okay, obviously this is a real medical condition, and I don't know to what extent the way that it's typically represented in fiction matches reality. But often the way that fiction portrays it is that typically people latch on to other physical characteristics, like maybe not physical characteristics per se, but say hairstyles or accessories that might help identify people. It's just the faces that they can't identify.
So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Yeah, what I was saying.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No. No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even
Yeah.
though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them.
They're not familiar to us. They're not familiar faces.
The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. But that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Yes, this I believe. Other representations of face blindness kind of have the representation itself look like the person is literally seeing a blank where the features are, and I certainly don't believe that that's the case. I think what Lotus is saying feels like it would be closer to reality. Let me know if you know someone with this condition or know about this topic. It's something I'm really interested in.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
Yeah, maybe she's just wondering out loud, like trying to make a point, maybe.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
Adulting.
Not funny.
Okay.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Is it done?
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
I
Okay.
certainly did. And let's see what we got. Piece of cake.
The screen changed again. What the hell is that?
Uh-huh. This looks like the lockers. Locked and unlocked.
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming.
Okay.
See? The keyboard. Nothing.
Okay.
So, there's nothing more I can do.
Let me kind of write this down. It looks like just reds and greens over there. 3 greens and 6
Well, I
reds.
guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
Well, I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Sure.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Okay. Hold on. Well, that's one of these puzzles that changed like adjacent tiles. The fourth touch is your end. Okay. So I have 4 moves to turn all of these green. That looks like it. Okay. Let's see. Hey, there we go. I really like these puzzles. Alright, and you solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. The lockers. Where did it come from? There we go. Hole. Okay. Look, Junpei, the lights on the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. This one's empty. No, it has some keys. There's more than one key in here. Maybe one of them goes into the big device. This one's small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. Yeah. Okay, we saw it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on the A deck. Can we return there? Can we go back that far? Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key... Activation key. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna go into the computer or the big device. What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh, what is it? I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? The activation key? Yes, it has to be. I feel good about this. Yep, let's check it.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
Sure.
What's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right?
Yeah. This is interesting actually. Is this like unique dialogue based on my previous choices? Because I don't remember what the original groups would have been like if I had gone into door 5. I think I might have gone, well, I would have definitely gone with a different group, but I think she would have gone with him and maybe someone else. I don't remember. But let's see what this is about.
Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh?
Mm, he kind of has like a very distinctive way of speaking. Like he uses a lot of flowery language.
Well, let me think.
What was he talking about?
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, nothing that he said really stood out to me, like in a deeper sense, like nothing like the sort of conversation we just had with Lotus or the backstory. Well, not backstory, I guess, but the information about Seven's amnesia. I don't remember anything that stuck
I
out.
mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but
He did, but I assume that was like just talking about his abilities in general, like as a blind person, maybe with some heightened senses. He did say he was kind of strong as well. I don't know.
that's about it.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, was he born?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind.
Oh, okay.
When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident.
Okay.
Couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
In what sense?
It's fake.
Oh,
It's not a real arm.
really? I definitely didn't notice that.
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Interesting. Wait. Huh. What arm did she just say? His right arm? His left? Is that the one with the bracelet? Would it be possible for him to sort of detach it? Take off the bracelet? I don't know if Zero knows that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to look back on what she just said, which arm she mentioned, and make sure which arm he's wearing his bracelet on. That could be something interesting.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
All right. Well, guys, this was a very interesting episode. So intense, so many kind of interesting revelations and conversations to be had for sure. I'm definitely going to be picking at some of the themes and things that have been mentioned in this episode as I try to kind of formulate an idea of what's going on in my mind. But I think that's gonna be it for now. Yeah, this episode has gone on for long enough now, according to my timer. So we're gonna stop here. We're going to end this, finish this puzzle in the next episode. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to continue supporting this series. Your views are very appreciated, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.